intensifies into a typhoon ahead of its expected exit from the Philippine territory today. Police apologize for causing undue alarm and fear over unannounced visits to journalists. And the Chinese leader Xi Jinping opens the 20th Communist Party Congress with a warning for Taiwan. Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's a roundup of stories we're watching now. I'm Riza Diaz. We begin the newscast with Typhoon Neneng maintaining its strength while moving over the West Philippine Sea. Pag-asa last spotted its center at some 210 kilometers west-northwest of Calayan in Cagayan. The typhoon is packing winds, speeds of up to 120 kilometers per hour and gustiness of up to 150 kilometers per hour. Neneng could intensify further and is expected to exit the Philippine area of responsibility tonight. It has earlier reached the typhoon status after undergoing extreme rapid intensification. Meanwhile, the State Weather Bureau drops the third tropical cyclone wind signal and puts Batanes, Western Babuyan Islands, and a portion of Ilocos Norte under signal number 2. The western portion of Cagayan and Apayao are under signal number 1. Also included are a northern portion of Abra, the rest of Ilocos Norte, and a northern portion of Ilocos Sur. Neneng has left several areas flooded after making landfall in Cagayan this morning. In the town of Claveria, a resident shares a video of flooding in one barangay which affected the Claveria Rural and Vocational School. Over in Apayao, Neneng also caused floods in several areas, including Barangay Santa Filomena in Calasanan. Meanwhile, authorities have closed the Tamdagan Bridge in Ilocos Norte to all types of vehicles as Neneng rendered it impassable. President Bongbong Marcos assures the public that the government is closely monitoring the effects of Typhoon Neneng. In a tweet, Marcos said that assets are all in place to deal with the aftermath and ensure that the needs of those affected are taken care of. He added that help is on the way to the provinces in the north and encouraged everyone to follow instructions from the government. We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Riza Diaz. The National Capital Region Police Office has ordered to stop the house-to-house checks on journalists following backlash. In a statement, the NCRPO apologized over the visits and said that the gesture was to show concern for the safety of the journalists. Now, this came after a plainclothes cop went over to the private residence of a reporter, stringing unease among media workers. The NCRPO added that the said officer has already been identified and summoned for an investigation. The National Union of Journalists in the Philippines earlier expressed concern over these visits, citing possible invasion of privacy. Instead, it urged the police to arrange dialogues through formal channels such as newsrooms and press clubs. Chinese President Xi Jinping opens the 20th Communist Party Congress with an address tackling several issues. In his speech, Xi underscored that China's strict zero-COVID policy had put, quote, the people and their lives first during the pandemic. This comes following months of criticisms over the policy. The tension in Taiwan did not go unmentioned as the president reasserts its ambition to absorb the strait by force if necessary. Xi added that the issue must be resolved by Chinese people only. He also said that Beijing is opposing Cold War mentality in international diplomacy and interfering in the domestic politics of other countries. Xi, however, did not mention China's relationship with the United States. A food tech startup company is working on a bean-less coffee for eco-conscious caffeine seekers. Let's watch this.
When we first announced that we were going to be bringing coffee to market that didn't involve a coffee bean, we thought that we might receive a lot of pushback from the industry. And in fact, it's been the complete opposite. Everyone seems very encouraged that there is now an alternative to conventional coffee. 3 years ago, when we started this company, we did a lot of research on coffee, and we found out that coffee is actually in trouble. Where coffee is being grown today is being affected by climate change. And so coffee farmers are going to have to move their crops to higher elevations. And the places that they're moving their crops are some of the last wild places on Earth. And so really coffee is going to lead to massive deforestation over the next 30 years. So what we hope to do is, as demand increases, we hope to offload that demand and not require continued deforestation to supply the global need for coffee. Atomo makes a better tasting coffee that's actually better for the planet. To reinvent coffee, we decided to understand exactly what's in the cup of coffee. We identified that there's actually 28 compounds that are absolutely necessary to replicate the coffee experience. So to make coffee without the coffee bean, you actually have to find the coffee bean equivalent. Our product is made with upcycled ingredients from U.S. farmers, and it's all plant-based material.
Atomo coffee is different than conventional coffee, mostly because of our sustainability. For Atomo coffee, the primary ingredient is date seeds, and right now the date seeds are just being thrown away by the farmers, but there's enough date seeds in the world to make billions of cups of coffee every single day.
When people ask us, is this really coffee? We say, absolutely, it's coffee. Coffee for us is a ritual, it's an experience, and it's a result. You want the taste, the aroma, the smell, but you also want the caffeine. And our coffee delivers the exact same experience and the exact same result in the same format as coffee. So our product lineup starts with cold brew in a can. Then we will soon be releasing our instant coffee for hot and grounds. We always generate grounds here, but one day we put the hot coffee in the refrigerator. We had it the next day as a cold brew, and we said, wow, this is amazing. So we really decided that sharing our new invention with the world in a cold brew was the most controlled and perfect way of showing our invention. We think every coffee drinker out there wants to have the opportunity to do something better for the planet each day. And as long as we make the coffee taste exactly like coffee, then really we think that consumers now have a better choice without giving up any experience.
Now, for more updates, visit News 5, The Philippine Star, and Business World Online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on Signal Play app. Register for a free account now at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I'm Riza Diaz. We are One News.